Not all of us have the writing ability to write down a Stephen King-esque novel or a John le Carre type thriller or a Jason Bourne type adventure. In fact, I would venture to say most of us do not have that ability. I certainly don't.
Having that opportunity to sit down and play and socialize and interact in a casual environment with your friends and your family and even strangers, that's something we don't get enough of. Right from the beginning, when I opened Gotham Comics, I knew I wanted to have in-store gaming. Getting people into the store is always the first step in making a sale. It also makes for a much more fun and lively environment.
Really heavy tankers.
There are a whole bunch of different types of games I offer here at Gotham Comics. There's board games, collectible card games, miniature games, and role-playing games.
Tabletop role-playing is a cross between a choose-your-own-adventure book and acting, like in a play or a movie.
We are prisoners. We are trying to do this without drawing blood. I do not attack, and I do take total defense. It's a creative outlet that allows me to tell a good story and experience a good story. So it's like being the author and the reader at the same time when you're playing a good role-playing game.
And I'm going to inform him that we are trying to help them as much as possible and not get our butts kicked.
It's a fantasy game. You're basically playing on paper. You have dice, an objective, and your character, which is somebody you have already designed and written up to play in whatever particular world you're in.
A game master, a dungeon master, or a storyteller are all the ones responsible for keeping the story going, giving players, people to talk to. You have to populate an entire world with people for them to interact with. If they want to go shopping, you have to be the shopkeeper. When they go to get into a fight, you have to be whatever it is they're fighting. You're basically the world.
In the game that we're playing now, it's a pirate-themed game. My character is named Cestus. He's a combination of a warrior and a wizard. And use my arcane pool to enchant my sword to +1.
My current character for the group that you're seeing is Nandar the Loony. He's a witch. He heals people. He has a patron who he's named Jub Jub, which is also the name of his familiar. Alex, he's playing a diviner, which is a wizard actually, who focuses on seeing the future and knowing where stuff is. So he tends to roll lots of dice and pick the better results. Becky plays a sorceress. They're kind of like a wizard. They don't know as many spells, but they can cast more spells a day. There's Jonathan, who is a barbarian, I believe. So he gets angry and does stuff when he's angry, like bites people. There's Matt, who plays halfling bard. And so he buffs the party with music. Bard's really good at doing skill checks, stuff like that.
And for the past several rounds of adventures, we've slowly gotten to know what it's like to live on board a pirate ship, made friends with some of the crew members, and with any luck, we're about to stage a mutiny.
Time to mutiny. And I point out, here's Master Scourge. Attack!
Okay, this one, and this one all hit.
Oh god. Ooh. Draw my club and hit Master Scourge.
Okay, I cast Vanish.
And I'm going to start inspiring courage.
Yes! 5 points. Woo! I got a question for you. Does this hurt? Jerk.
Move me in, take a 5-foot step.
Drop the club, move action, draw the dagger, standard action, swipe.
Move away. Run.
6!
I think you're poisoned.
I do too.
It'll be less.
Does 15 hit you?
Yes.
You take 3 points of non-lethal damage.
Still 1 hit point left. I'm gonna bite him. Can I bite him from the ground?
Your turn. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna bite him from the ground.
Nat 20. The nat 20.
Can I roll again?
Can you crit on a bonus?
Nat 20.
He rolled another nat.
Are you kidding me?
double damage, and 2 bleed damage.
All right, I
So
got
I'm
this.
gonna roll that you get 2 hit points.
17 points of damage.
Yeah, he's dead.
That's how we do it.
When playing a role-playing game, you win if you have a good time playing it. You lose if you don't. If everybody's having a good time at the table, it's like a feedback loop. The story gets more and more fun at that point because people become more and more involved in telling the story.
It feels good to pretend that you're something like powerful and that you actually like do stuff that you wouldn't be able to do in real life.
I could be something completely different. I mean, I don't really have magical abilities, or I'm not the sneakiest person in the world. So it allows me to do, use my imagination to do something I normally can't.
Mainly, I play to get out of reality for a while. I mean, there are things my characters can do that, honestly, I could never do in my lifetime.
It's a nice escape from reality. I get to go for a little while, not be myself, put myself in someone else's shoes and enjoy it.
They're all my friends, and we've been friends for many years, and it's sometimes hard to see your friends on a regular basis. We all know that we have that 2-hour slot on Monday nights at Gotham Comics set aside where we can get together and play. And sometimes the social aspect of the gathering dominates over the game-playing aspect of the gathering, and it's not unusual for us to spend a 2-hour session playing the game and actually get very little done. We spend half the time telling bad puns, making Monty Python quotes, and talking about things that have nothing to do with the game. So it's a fun game to play, and it's also a good excuse to get together with your friends. And I don't get to do that often enough.
Some people might wonder, what's the value of playing a game? There are tons of lessons to be learned from playing games. Strategic thinking, I mean, that's not just something you learn out on the football field or on the baseball diamond. You can also learn to cooperate. In role-playing, for example, you really can't accomplish hardly anything unless it's a group effort.
I actually just read an article yesterday about little kids, how they're trying to turn preschool into more like school. Well, little kids need the ability and the time to actually play make-believe, to make stuff up. It's what allows them to come up with ideas and think differently later in life. Basically, while they're playing make-believe, they're filling in the, well, what if? Like, what if society was like this? What if, we're on a pirate ship and we come across another ship? Well, what are we gonna do? They need that ability to think for themselves and answer those what if questions. Without it, we wouldn't have most of the things we have. If you use your imagination, we wouldn't have airplanes, we wouldn't have cell phones, we wouldn't have computers, we wouldn't have video cameras. It's necessary for human development.